All right, culture metaphors. Right, there are a lot of cultures that just like a metaphor. What is metaphor? It is you are associating something to a very to another thing which is totally in different directions. Right, same happens in culture as well. Right, where you are associating that culture with something that is totally different, and later on that thing becomes an identity. Right, for example, Turkey. Right, Sufism, right, or whirling Sufis. That is now, if you see the picture of a reeling Sufi, right, you are going to be directly going to Turkey, right? Or manga, you are going to be directly going to Turkey, Japan, right? Or American football, America, US, right? Or sombrero, right? You are going to be going to Mexico, right? Bullfighting, Spain, right? So there are a lot of metaphors, right, which are now associated with a lot of cultures, right? Or Middle East, for example, high-rise buildings, right? Skyscrapers be going beyond clouds, right? So that is again a metaphor, right? So cultures now, a lot of countries now have some identities, so, or you can say symbols, just like we were discussing cultures, right? So cultures have symbols, identities, attitudes, behavior, values. So now those things are now attached to those metaphors, right, and have made an identity, right? So this is what cultural metaphor are. Language, right, and very important aspect of culture, right? If you are not going right, everything is right, but your language is, you are doing something which is going against their language, you are out, right? So official, for example, right? So language, for example, is a way of communication. It's a medium of communication, right, among people, right? So if you are going to another country, right, and they are speaking some other language, so you are going to be finding it difficult to communicate, right? So you have to learn it, right, or you have to find a translator, right, in order to communicate, right? Right, so this is how the languages are part of culture, right? And it is just, you can say, kind of an way of communication of people, how people expressing themselves, right? Some languages have some you can say small words, right, like these, while some are totally based on words, right? Simultaneously there is another you can say a connection, right, with respect to international business, right? So it is translation, right? Whenever you as international business managers, right, trying to communicate, right, with a person from different language, right, or who has different language, you have to cross check or verify whatever you have translated, because at a lot of times, right, the translation can go in totally different direction, right? Or the meaning of the word of the sentence that you want to communicate is going to go in a different direction, right? So a lot of multinational companies, even, right, who are operating in almost all the countries, they have faced these kind of, or they have done these kind of blunders, where whenever they translate something from their original language or their home headquarter language to the language where they're working, right, the result that they have got is totally opposite, right? Example, Schweppes, right? So Schweppes, when they entered into Italian market, right, and they were selling tonic water, right, and they directly translated into Italian, right, using translators, right, and it went from tonic water to toilet water, right? Totally opposite, right? So there are multiple. I will share some video examples, right, where you can see how bizarre or how absurd these translation can go, right? And these blunders are being done by multinational enterprises, right? Not a small company who is not aware of these international business policies or international business you can say proceedings. And these are done by big companies. So imagine how mega scale these or how you can say how crucial these things can become, right? Or how risky then these translation can become, right? If they are being done by multinational enterprise who are taking into account each and every detail, right? So this explains that how much the culture is important whenever you are dealing in international business, right? So this brings us to the end of this session, right, of culture, right? I hope you have understood a lot of things. I hope you have now grasped the importance of culture, and you, before contacting any person in another culture, right, you are going to get the information. Simultaneously, I will also you can say give you an assignment, right, to read something, right, that is uh, Hofstede's theory of culture.